how can we start to navigate with intimate relationships, loved ones, friends, family, our partner, when we have different beliefs without rocking the boat?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, and thank you again for having me
Of course,
again. I mean,
man.
yeah, the blessing to be here in front of you again. It is a problem that is not uncommon. It's that default that you want to conflict with someone rather than connect to someone. And the way that you smooth out communication and the way you find connection is there's really three things. And it's the same formula that I want to share in my book and that I write about. It's you say it with control, you say it with confidence, and you say to connect. And when you can master these three elements, and it's almost a recipe, a formula that I give of how I communicate and how I teach, is when you do these and master these, you find that you're going to be able to show up more in effective conversations, especially the difficult ones, because it's not the last conversation, it's not the last communication. There's always the next one. So when you can master the next conversation, that's when you already have a leg up in the game.
What would you say is the key to any conflict resolution then?
Understanding that everybody wants to learn more about you than you think. So what I mean by that is in communication, there's a sense of, I want you to do what I say. And the other person goes, no, I want you to do what I say. And that's when that fight for control comes. That's when it's a tug of war. That's when you have that breakdown. But the line that I have, and it's one of the first things in the book I ask everybody to understand, is the person that you see is not the person that you're talking to.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. And so it is, I see Lewis, but
you're talking to a hurt little boy.
Yeah, I mean,
you're talking to a hurt little boy who's reactive or who's triggered.
Yeah, inside we're all kids. Inside we're all kids with things have been done to us and said to us that we would never tell other people, that we never want to remember, and things that will always be a very hard road for us to find peace in. But that's the goal, is that you have to understand, I see somebody, but that's not exactly who I'm talking to. Yes, you're talking to your spouse at 8 o'clock in the evening. The person you see, the person you're talking to is somebody who they got derailed at 9 a.m. from a text from someone who put them in a bad mood. The person who's bringing you your coffee kind of gave it to you late and seemed not to really care. It's the person you see. The person you're talking to is somebody who is worried about their kids, who is trying to pay a loan. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways of seeing the other person. And it's this concept that everybody knows that there's a surface and a depth to everyone, but it's injecting that into your communication. And if you can only be curious enough to find that other person that you don't see, that's where the growth begins.
That's so hard though, when you're stressed out or you're overwhelmed and someone is like triggered and reactive or defensive or coming back at you, and you're just like, I'm just trying to communicate calmly, but this person's acting like a 5-year-old child. When they're an adult, they're grown up, they're a grown man, grown woman. They shouldn't be acting this way, especially a loved one, when you're thinking like, I'm pouring into you all the time, I'm sacrificing my life for you, and all you gotta do is react to me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to be like, okay, settle down. I know this isn't who you are. It's hard when you're exhausted, right?
Yeah, I find that it is hard. It's way hard. A key is to ask more questions than statements.
What are the 3 most powerful questions you should ask when someone is overreactive, stressed out, or overwhelmed in an argument or conversation?
There's one that I love, and it's by our friend Chris Foss, and he says, sounds like you have a reason for saying that. I love that question so much. Sounds like you have a reason for saying that. Because there's always a reason that they have for saying it, and they may not feel comfortable sharing it until you ask that question.
Should you say, what is that reason, or just let it sit?
Usually if you let it sit,
they'll say, yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna,
I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling stressed.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Exactly. And this one isn't a question, but it's very close to it, and it's, tell me more. What else? If you had to put that in the question, it would be what else. But tell me more is one of my go-tos, because there's always more.
You've got to have such extreme patience to be able to use that, because it could go for hours.
It can. It can, but that's just it's that metaphor of you can't pour your glass into a pitcher that's already full. You got to let them pour it all out before they'll ever accept anything new into their mind.
And what's the third one?
The third one would be, "Are you okay?" And you can't do it from a sarcastic point. Yeah, yeah. You okay? It's a genuine. It's an authentic. Are you okay? Because so many times I'm not okay, but if somebody would just ask me, that would make me feel a little bit
A
better.
little bit better. You know what's interesting? If people could learn the art, because I think it's an art of tell me more, they will have some of the most powerful relationships in their life with the people they can use that with. When I'm in a good state and I'm not feeling defensive, and Martha is having some type of overwhelming moment or something's going on, when I'm able to be there for her and just say, what's going on? Tell me more.
Yeah.
And continue, tell me more. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Right.
Tell me more about how that makes you feel.
Yes.
What else? What about this? Tell me more. Until she's able to get it all out. And if I can be present and patient, there's so much power in the connection afterwards. And for weeks of just like being able to be there for someone and listen, not trying to fix, not trying to coach, not trying to guide, but just listen and say, tell me more. What else is going on? Is there anything else you want to say? Are you sure? What else? It is so powerful. It will change your relationship for the better. And the hardest part for me is to get out of myself when I'm feeling defensive to be able to do that for someone else. Because I feel like, I'm not speaking about Martha, but just in general, I don't feel like they're doing that for me.
It's most impactful, this tell me more mindset, is especially when the other person is angry.
Oh yeah.
If I have a conversation with somebody and they're heated and they're mad at anything, maybe they're mad at me, and I say, tell me more. They'll tell you more.
Oh yeah.
And then you keep let them go and go, all right, tell me more. I mean, it's just it's therapeutic in a way where you're just taking it in and you're just listening. The hard part is not grabbing a hook.
Yeah, of course. We're not doing it when, it's hard to do it when you're upset or you're exhausted or you're angry or you're feeling your emotions. If you're acting like a 5-year-old,
Yeah. We don't ever do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's interesting, man. Then what do you think is the biggest mistake you see people making today when it comes to having challenging conversations?
Not having enough assertiveness in that communication.
Like control, confidence.
Yes. You have the area of control of controlling yourself. And by controlling yourself and understanding your own triggers, you're better to see those triggers in other people.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.